Hello, everyone. It is the Sea Tactics, and welcome back to the ReZero podcast. We're doing Chapter 31 today, called Maid-Maid-Maid. Very nice name. Just as a little bit of a reminder, in July, we'll be having a special, a ReZero Dub Part 1 review, and a discussion and review of Ayamatsu If. Also, Micah is love, apparently. I don't know where that came from.
That's very true.
You put that there, didn't you, son of a bitch?
I've just like, do you think by the time this airs, we'll have probably already done that one? Because we're
well,
weekly, aren't we?
by the time this airs, that it'll be next week. So you only got a week to look forward to it.
Really?
Yeah, I think this is a week away for them.
Oh, I thought we were further behind, but maybe I'm wrong.
Nope. So
okay.
It's 1 week away. And if it's not, and if I mess up here, I'm just gonna splice out all the other times we do this introduction part and put it into
the Bartholomew will body press him.
So, I guess we should talk about Chapter 31.
I guess so.
So, in Chapter 31, they arrive at the mansion, and Subaru runs through his head how he will evacuate the mansion in time. Then Petra comes from behind, and they talk and stuff. Subaru pats her head. Then Subaru, after a brief catch-up with Petra, which we learn about the walls that Frederica looks after to keep the mob beasts out, goes to Rim's room to have a moment with her. And then Frederica comes in. She brings him to the drawing room, it's literally what they say, where Subaru basically learns Frederica withheld information because she is also under contract. Then Frederica informs Subaru that if he wants to know about the existence of the sanctuary, they have to talk about the demi-human war. That's it.
Okay, the main thing I take from this chapter, and I feel like this is the most important thing, so I'm going to bring this up first above all else, and it's that lollies are for patting and not for faffing.
All right, I didn't think you were going to say that. I thought you were serious there for a moment.
I feel like I've gained a skill for misleading people in conversation.
I think you're the master of it, to be honest. You fooled me. You should be an actor.
Well, you're too kind. I can be. Who can I be? Maybe I can get a job doing the ReZero for season 2. Who can I voice act? That's a new character.
You could be.
I can't think of anyone.
You could be Moe Elsa.
I could be Moe Elsa, or I could be one of the witches.
Or, yeah.
I want to be the blondie witch, Minerva.
It's just
Oh, your hair is beautiful. So, you singing the Blondie song?
I wonder what fans would think of that. You're just like watching the dub for season 2, and then suddenly this guy pops up voicing a blonde-haired chick
with big boobs. Who's a bit cindery. It's like, oh, she's got a deep voice. I wonder if she's a trap.
God damn it. So the first note I want to take. I'm going to start this off first. Next time. I've got some notes that I want to talk about. God damn it! I am the leader of the podcast today.
You're shutting me down. Oh no! Oh, don't shut me down. I'm a good computer. Please don't hit that off button.
No, I'm going to do more than hit the off button. I'm going to unhook the charger and take out the battery.
No.
Yeah. While you're running.
Wow. So some things are just too far, man.
Man, I'm gonna ruin that HDD. You're just not even gonna. You're gonna have to defrag that disc so hard.
Jeez.
Took Subaru 3 days instead of 6. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Really? You're trying to beat me at my own game, are you?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, Subaru says, well, instead of taking 6 days, it took 3. That's about it. That's all I got. Moving on.
That's kind of interesting. Joking aside, though, I do wonder, like, as the loops progress, like, how quickly, like, he'll advance each time, like will he get to a point where he just goes, as soon as he wakes up from the trial, he just goes there, and like there's so much shit happening, and I do wonder how that will progress each loop, but we'll wait and see. But I guess my first note is so Otto stayed behind with the villagers, and Subaru, I kind of wanted to use him as a meat shield, which I thought was kind of funny. But like joking aside, I would be interested to see what would happen if Otto was there. Although I feel like we could joke about the prospect of an Otto versus Elsa fight. Like Otto has that like divine wind protection, and like we
just like Lancer in the Fate series.
If you say so.
Saber has it as well.
Oh, okay. I'm not too knowledgeable about the Fate series apart from
basically.
But I'll take your word for it.
What I'm trying to say is Otto and Saber are basically the same people.
Okay. I think Felt also has a similar divine protection. I'm not sure if it's the same one as Otto, but I noticed
divine
this when
protection
I was
of T-shirts.
But God damn it. People say I'm bad. Jesus Christ. But yeah, like when I was rewatching the anime, like Elsa comments on the divine protection she has, and I can't remember which one also has, but I think it might be the same. Someone can correct me in the comments, but Felt like she's obviously like somewhat combat savvy. She obviously she doesn't stand a chance against Elsa, but like she at least proves she could put up some form of like defense, even if it was like wasn't that effective. So I wonder if Otto has some sort of power as well. And like also Felt's been chosen for like the royal selection, so she obviously has potential to be powerful. It's just something fun to think about. I wonder if he has like more combat power than we give him credit for, I guess.
I mean, it seems like most people in the ReZero universe that mean anything have some sort of combat savvy. They're at least proficient enough in something. But I think when it comes to Elsa and these bigger, stronger characters, I don't think they hold a candle to any of them. I think Otto, we've never seen him fight. I don't think we will. I don't think we
I don't know, because he's had a lot of screen time, especially in Arc 4 at the start, and there's some very great moments, like character moments also, or more so in relation to Subaru's character, like there's some great moments with Otto like throughout Arc 4, and I just find myself surprised just how much focus he gets. I just feel like maybe there's something more to that character than meets the eye.
Maybe. It could possibly go that way. At least for the time being, I don't see a reason for Otto to get involved in anything.
Not at the moment, no.
Maybe if it's
he kind of gets like involved with things, but not in like a battle capacity.
What if Otto can go Super Saiyan?
This is where he's the only person who can take on Reinhard. Like Reinhard goes fully Andre, and Otto's the only one who can stop him.
He's the only one. He's the chosen one. He goes Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah. There's something interesting as well about like Subaru there's a bit of narration where Subaru says if it came to a straight up brawl, he probably wouldn't even win against Otto. I kind of question that, because do you remember we've just watched like a little bit of the anime in dub for the July podcast, and she in the first episode he seems not necessarily proficient at fighting, but he at least he has some strength behind him. He kicked that guy and not necessarily sent him flying, but knocked him over.
Right. Yeah.
And it just seemed weird that he
was able to hit Elsa, but
exactly, yeah.
I don't know
and
if
Elsa was like, oh, you hit me, you dirty boy. That Moe Elsa.
Moe Elsa. It's the best Elsa. By the way, fan art. Somebody should make fan art of Otto going Super Saiyan 3.
Against Moe Elsa.
Against Moe Elsa. And then we see who wins. Who is the victor? I want to know.
Do you ever see those YouTube videos? I don't know if that's still a thing, but years ago there used to be those videos where people would pit like characters against each other from like different shows. Oh, you'll have a Zoro against Sasuke from Naruto or something.
Yeah,
Like Zoro from One Piece or something crazy to that. I think it was Zoro against Zoro from One Piece against Urza from Fairy Tail. I think that was one of them that I remember people talking about a lot. But I remember those used to be a thing like a long time ago. I don't know if they still are, but that would be funny if someone could do a ReZero one.
Yeah, of Otto versus Elsa. That'd be great. Moe
Super
Elsa.
Super Saiyan also versus Moe Elsa, to be more specific, because that is a very niche request as well for one of these what if battles.
So what if battle, fan art, whatever. Super Saiyan 3 Otto, normal Elsa, but Moe Elsa is Elsa's final form.
Wow, mind blown, man.
So she powers up to Moe Elsa. Because maybe she has like a little bit of struggle in her normal form against Otto, and she's like, I can't let you defeat me, not here. I don't know why she's talking like Frieza, but she is. I will have to go Moe. And she goes Moe.
Moe Elsa is like the final form of just the universe. Do you know that meme where you have that person's brain like on one side and it's kind of like lights up each and every time, and on the left hand you have like different memes or something. I feel like we need one like that going from like Rem, Amelia, Elsa, Moe Elsa.
Exactly, Moe Elsa. Moe Elsa's great.
Or maybe put Petra. I don't know. The other ones aren't really that important. I guess it's the final one is Moe Elsa that really matters.
Petra. Who cares about Petra? Boo.
Oh, Petra's a QC.
Boo.
Oh, I love little Petra. She's adorable.
Of course you do. You love lollies.
Shh.
I don't think it's a secret.
Well, maybe not in Discord, but for the gentle viewers. They need to protect their innocence.
Well, now they kind of know. You didn't even deny it. You were just like, well.
Shh. Have you got a point next, or shall I carry on?
Let's see. Oh, reminder. Do you still feel regret 1 year later? Mark this day on your calendar.
Oh, that's what we were talking about before the podcast. Just to...
I like when Subaru's talking and he's like at the gate and he's like, how am I going to get these people out of here? And he's like, maybe if I like yank on their arms long enough and pester them enough, I can abduct them.
That was great. I made a note about this as well. Like I took a copy of like the narration, but I think you pretty much already just nailed it there.
It's hilarious. Like he thinks that pesters them enough, he can abduct them.
I know, like I mean, I can kind of picture him like picking up Beatrice and her just saying, "I'm not coming with you," I suppose. But like, it could kind of work for Beatrice knowing like what her like Sundari character's like. But I do like this, like I don't know if style of writing is the right word, but like ReZero has very quirky writing from time to time. Every so often you'll just come across something that's so goofy it just makes you laugh. Like the last time I think we had something like this was so Subaru he wasn't it was before he goes to the trials. I think he meets with Echidna first and he goes to the trials, but it's when he meets like the other witches and I forget which one of it might have been Typhon, but like was it someone else? I honestly can't remember, but they kind of like tear off his limbs or something, and then like was it Typhon?
Yeah.
And then like Minerva like punches him, and he's like he starts to regrow his limbs or something, and he's like, oh, I've got my limbs back, I can do the hokey pokey now. It's like, yeah, okay. Like I may need to reread that for like more clarity, but I feel like that was the general gist of it. But it was just so wacky. It's just great. It's like it just happens every so often. I say, I like that.
I mean, Just the fact that he thinks like he's like, if I pester them enough, maybe they'll agree. No, he goes, I can abduct them.
It's a bit after where he goes like, no, they definitely will. It's like he's so self-assured.
I imagine it's just like he's pulling on like Frederica's arm, and she's like, "What are you doing,
please,
Subaru?" And he's like, "Let me abduct you, damn it!"
Oh, I never knew you were into that sort of thing, Subaru. Well, how will Amelia react?
Well, Amelia's worse girl, so.
Well, no, Amelia is the greatest.
I don't know about you, but shout out to my Skelly 619. By the way, he had a birthday recently, so just want to say happy birthday to him in the video. He was super nice. He's been commenting on literally all of our stuff, so I only feel it's fair.
Cool. Hello.
Yes.
Greetings.
Hello. Nice to meet you. My name is the Sea Tactics.
Sorry, we're going back to our dub impersonation, aren't we?
I forgot what I was going to say.
I'm Bartholomew.
I'm Bartholomew. Moving on.
That's not even my name, but I thought it was interesting. Or not necessarily interesting, but I kind of thought of this when Subaru was thinking something. So Subaru wants to like bring Garfield, or maybe even Roswell. He says like Roswell or Garfield would be the only ones with like combat power enough to like repel Elsa. But do you think it would be possible to lure Elsa to the sanctuary? Like, I don't quite know how they're going to achieve that, but I guess that's something for future Garfield to think about. But
I got it. I know the plan. This is so easy. It's so easy to lure Elsa. This is what you do. So you put up like, so you know how like Moe girls like food, right?
Yeah.
You just like have a trail of food leading to the sanctuary.
Oh, Baba.
And she's like, "Oh, a piece of food. Oh, a piece of food." That's how you do it. Like potato chips and shit. And
no, I think. Well, I think Elsa might have more of a sweet tooth. I picture her being more into sort of like cream cakey things and like.
Wow, you're just saying that. You're just saying that. You're just saying that just because you're weird and you're so etchy.
I just think I know my Moe Elsa's taste better than you do.
I just think you're etchy. That's what I think. Baka.
And like the reason I think this might be like a viable plan is like Garfield like the more we progress, like the less likely it seems he's going to do anything that Subaru says. But like, can you picture what would happen if Elsa just showed up at the sanctuary? Like Garfield ain't going to take kindly to that. He's he doesn't like people.
He's
at the
going
best
to show him some of that mofu. You know what I'm saying? He's going to lay the smackdown on Elsa, and he's not going to let her do what she wants. Oi.
Yeah, like
let me tell you something, brother. Oh yeah, Elsa, you ain't the cream of the crop.
Elsa, I'm gonna get my shield from Lou's house. I'm gonna fucking deck you with them, bitch.
This Sunday at WrestleMania. Oh yeah. Macho Man Garfield is gonna run wild on you, Elsa. Right in the middle of the squared circle.
That would be so crazy though. Just, like, it almost gives me chills just thinking about just like Elsa and Garfield just throwing down, just how just crazy they are. Like I've seen further loops. Like the more I read ahead, and like the other loops you see with Elsa, it's just like how crazy she is with like her combat. Yeah, gosh, I just want more, man. And then when I rewatched like the anime and dubbed for like the July podcast, and you see like Elsa versus Reinhard, you know, even though like Elsa's kind of like has to retreat because she's no match, but she still puts up a great fight against Reinhard. Even though he's using just like some random shitty sword instead of his super sword or whatever. But oh man, I just want more Elsa, man.
Elsa's great. Moe Elsa's even better, especially if she's wrestling Garfield.
Moe Elsa wrestling. Yeah. We got to do more of that. We should write a fanfic. I want to write one now.
Even better. We should get the viewers to write the fanfic.
If I were to write a Moe Elsa fanfic, I want to get your creative input.
So
Because my knowledge of wrestling is somewhat limited.
So Elsa would be like the submission type. She'd be doing submission moves and stuff. She'd be like cross-face chicken wing, the coquina clutch, things like that. While Garfield would be like powerhouse. He'd be like John Cena.
Sweet chin music. He thinks he's cute. He knows he's sexy.
That's what we'll walk out to, Shawn Michaels theme.
Well, Garfield is a sexy boy, you know.
Also, just like descends from the raptors.
Yeah. Do you think any of them would do a Rey Mysterio 619? I can't. Really, no, I don't picture it. Not even for Moe Elsa.
Yeah, even Moe, just all of Elsa, I think, would just be a submission expert.
Yeah.
Like
maybe.
a Bret Hart.
Mm.
A Owen Hart, even. Not a lot of people know wrestlers anymore. So.
No, I mean, I know the name Bret Hart. I don't really remember like any of his
Why
wrestling.
Why are we talking about wrestling again?
Because we were talking about Moe Elsa getting her to wrestle Garfield. But we should probably get back to
Is this podcast just about Elsa at this point?
I think so. But we should just rename it the Moe Elsa podcast.
Exactly.
Have you got any more notes, or should I?
So like Subaru when he arrives and Petra comes up from behind him and stuff.
Oh, Petra comes up from behind.
What's in your pants, Subaru? Or are you just happy to see me? Oh, that's a terrible joke.
That's a great joke.
But
you're
about
it. Me with
think about it. You're insinuating they're having an erection because of you.
Oh,
that's not appropriate.
Well, here's the thing. Subaru claims he's not into the lollies. He claims he's into the older sister type. But what if that's just a smokescreen?
What if Subaru's actually Garfield?
Yeah, what if he's me? He's the Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. That's when you know is like right before Subaru is about to die in one of his deaths. He croaks out something and he says, "Bartholomew," and he fades away.
Sorry, Bartholomew, I lied. I actually love Petra. What? Don't love Amelia? How dare you?
Love Amelia? What?
Nani?
So like they have this cute moment, and Petra's like trying to like obviously she's like trying to show off how she's matured and stuff like that, and she's like, "Look at me, Subaru, I like you." You know, trying to get his attention, and Subaru is ignoring all those feminine wiles.
Yeah,
and going like straight for the head patting.
It's like, oh, God, bless her for trying though. But there's something really funny as well. Like I've got like a quote. She's like, "Well, you're so bad, Subaru," and Subaru goes, "Just call me Dottie or Wilder." Pardon my mildly racist Japanese accent, but yeah, I was just like Jesus Christ, that sounds like a wrestling name. Or maybe this will be the stage name for the big hog Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
I am now the Dirty Wild.
I do like the way they treated this because there's so many anime. I noticed when I was reading it, I was like, oh, they're gonna do a thing, aren't they? Where they like elude the little girl. But this, it's just so innocent, like the relationship between these two, and it's such a breath of fresh air because. And how many really, anime is like the adorable. MC a weird pervert and some isekai? Where he's like, oh, I gotta get the lollies too. I gotta feel up the lollies. Let me feel them up.
Oh no, you can't stop at the lollies. You got to get the lolly incest route. You know, you got to go back for the manga sensei.
Yeah, even worse. So I'm glad this isekai avoids that, and it's just such a it's a nice breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
it's something different, and it makes sense. It's logical. It doesn't offend me at all that Petra would be acting that way because of course she has
makes that
Subaru.
Like I feel like she's just reaching the age where like a little crush isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Right, exactly. But they don't treat it in such a way where it goes beyond a crush into something really
exactly
weird.
Yeah.
It's not I like creepy. It. Like I didn't feel like I had to take a shower after this.
No,
I was more. It's a very warm-hearted scene.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. My next note. Are you okay if you move on? Or if you or should we gush over Petra some more?
Petra. Her name's Petra, and her name is Petra.
It's real. Something else I just thought as well about Petra. When I went on, like when I was young, we went on holiday. I think it was to Greece, and there was like a town called Petra. And whenever I think of Petra, I just think of that town, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. I just thought it's something I'd throw in there.
Are you trying to say in Petra, Greece, your parents disowned you because you're too much into Petra the lolly?
Yes, yes, that's exactly it. No, it's not like that holiday happened years before ReZero was ever written or anything, but Barker.
Well, I mean, it could happen. You know, you never know. Your parents seem to be wise people. Why is there a silence after that? What are your thoughts on your parents exactly? You want to talk about something?
No. No. So moving on. So why do we think Elsa is attacking the mansion? So this marks the second time that Elsa is targeted. Like Emilia specifically, I might add. She may we know she's an assassin, so obviously she's probably got other contracts as well. But in terms of the story, we haven't really we don't know of any other characters that have had a run-in with Elsa other than Emilia in regards to the main plot line, with regards to the royal selection and that. And what's her motive, or more specifically, what's her employer's motive? Obviously, since she's a hired assassin, she may or may not have a motive of her own. She could do, who knows? But
it's obvious she wanted the crest, of course. So I think it. And she attacked the mansion again. It's obvious it has something to do with Emilia. Obvious.
Yeah, because I think Elsa kind of she kind of knows about. She knows something as well. She's in on it with whoever's hiring her. They've shared a certain amount of information. You kind of see this in the anime as well, where I think Subaru out negotiates Elsa because he has the phone that he pretends is a meteor and basically cons him, and Felt asks him, oh, what are you going to do with the insignia? He's like, oh, I'm going to return it to its rightful owner. And then Elsa just you see that look, that evil look on her face as you realize shit's about to go bad, and the word she says was, so you're with them then? So she kind of knows something, she's at least, she's not just a brainless gun for hire. There's something deeper there, I think, as well. And it the only person I can think of who holds a grudge against Emilia is Priscilla. She has this obnoxious air of nobility around her. And it wouldn't surprise me if she wanted to get rid of Emilia. But Al, who's her knight, he was really, yeah, it is very obvious, and it just I don't think Al would be, he wouldn't be the knight of someone like that. I don't think. So I have my doubts about that too. But we'll see. I feel like we'll have an answer to that this arc. So I'm very much looking forward to that.
It? You feel?
I already know.
I know.
I know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, Priscilla as well. She seems kind of too far up her own arse to sort of think of anything kind of that genuinely sort of malicious or cunning, really. So I don't know. It's I don't think it's her actually. It was just the first thing that kind of came to mind when I was thinking of who could it be.
I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna find out. And Elsa is going to be like, you see? And she's going to be all vulnerable and shit. And she's going to be crying and stuff. And Subaru's going to be like, it's okay, baby. You're the best girl now.
Yeah, you the Moe Elsa bitch. I got some respect for you.
That's right. That's right. He's like, "You're Moe, bitch. I got some respect for you."
I respect my Moe women. um, oh shit! I just realised I've got another Petra note.
Of course you do.
So so Subaru holds Petra's hands when they walk back to the mansion.
Right.
Lewd man, you lewd boy, Subaru. But I want us to make a parody video, or because for those who don't know, our friend here is very musical. He plays guitar and things,
Who?
and I think he should make a parody song of the Beatles. I want to hold your hand. Just wanna hold your hand.
Who plays music?
You apparently.
Nah, that ain't me. You're thinking somebody else.
No, I think it's you.
No, I've never played.
You're such a Moe boy. I know you play music.
Am I a kid now?
Yeah. You little Mariosa, yeah, you play the guitar.
God damn it! I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even watch anime. I just kind of wing it. I'm really good at guessing.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what an anime is. I definitely haven't been watching Comic Girls or Gun Girl or anything like. I no idea what those series are.
All of those series have lollies in it. What does that say about you, Garfield?
Yeah. The weird thing is with Gun Girl, I like her real life character more than I do the game character.
I think what you're trying to say is.
I'm doing a Subaru and deflecting your suspicions.
what I think you're trying to say here is you wish that you were an anime.
Nah, no.
Did you just quote Nanachi from Maid-Maid-Maid? That settles it!
not intentionally.
I heard that.
Nah. I came here to at you. I love that meme. I feel like I was going to say something, but you've completely thrown me off now.
Well, I've got something to say. I raped your baby today, and it doesn't matter much to me.
Wow. How dare you rape my Micro-chan?
I was quoting the Misfits.
I haven't seen the Misfits, Sam.
It's a band. It's a band.
Oh, I thought it was a TV show.
Yeah, it's a band from the 70s
Hang
or
on.
something.
I feel like it is. I'm sure it must be a TV show. Yeah, it's a British TV show. That's why that's why it sounded familiar. I think I saw like a bit of the first series actually. Now that I'm googling it.
Well, anyways, my last note. Garfield probably has 1,200 more.
No, I haven't got many at all actually.
Wow, you're right. This is probably going to be a short one.
Probably maybe 30 minutes.
Because of all of these packs and stuff, I feel like Subaru is just never told anything he needs to be told. So I feel like he's always going into. He's likely in every situation he will always go into. He's gonna have to fucking die a lot.
Yeah, here's the thing. Contracts are the bane of ReZero. They're so interesting because they're part of the biggest mystery of the show, and at the same time it's the first why this doesn't make sense, why are you doing this? And also to some degree it probably plays into Subaru being a bit of a dumbass as well. He doesn't at times I feel like he doesn't ask the right questions, but when he's having these conversations with people and trying to get answers, they'll say something and I think you should focus on that, Subaru, ask them more about that, and he doesn't necessarily pick up on it. And it's only when I kind of rewatch the anime, I guess you kind of see Subaru. He's not the brightest spark in the world, bless him. He's gotten better, at being more competent and figuring stuff out. But he's not perfect at it. He's not good at gluing a lot of things together. But I think that's part of it. And then the other part, is just the amount of stuff that's so secretive, in ReZero, and the mystery element to it. It's kind of almost like a combination of those two things that kind of work together to
It's like
confuse and confuddle us.
It's like everybody is in like a contract or something. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody who's important.
Yeah, like, and most of them are contracts with Roswell, I think. I know Amelia's in one with Puck, but I don't know like how important that one is. Like, actually, Donna's in some sort of contract with Subaru now, I think, but I think we'll get more of that later, I guess. I won't say too much on that now.
Well, she kind of forces it on him, right?
Yeah. There's a bit more to that contract, I think, that we get later on. My memory's a little hazy on that aspect, but here's something interesting.
Moe Echidona?
Moe actually not as good as Moe. Nothing is as good as Moe Elsa.
No, it can't be as Moe Elsa.
But here's something interesting to think about, though. So, for someone who takes like their packs or lie, takes packs very seriously and who takes lying like very seriously. Do you remember what happened in the first episode of ReZero, where Amelia lies about being Satella?
Yes.
She didn't seem to be all like overly remorseful about that. And I mean, there's a scene later when they reach the loot house where like Subaru calls her by her name, and then she's kind of shocked, like, her. Oh yeah, I told you to call me that. Like, you get like maybe there's a hint of maybe I shouldn't have done that sort of thing. But it never, like, maybe it's because we only see that loop once and we never see like what would happen if like she didn't die. Like we don't really see like the consequences of how she's going to feel because of that lie she told, but or how she felt when she told that. Like, you kind of see like a tinge of sadness in her face when she says, "Oh, my name's Satella," sort of thing. But
well, that's one of the things I will always go back to when I watch the anime. Like, there is no answer to this yet. Really, I mean, there's no real like definitive like every single thought process going on there.
It's not like definitive, but I feel like it. Like, I don't think that's Satella. I don't think it's Satella. It like the same thing that I like the first Amelia was doing in the first loop is the same thing like the Amelia in the final loop is doing. You know, like, and it's not to say like Amelia can't become Satella later on, but that isn't like the Satella we know in like the very first loop. I don't think. I just think it's like this is just someone she's like never met before, and like she just like she doesn't know who this person is, and she obviously showed like a lot of hostility from people, I think.
But she tells them she is the witch, and in when he dies for like the third or fourth time or whatever, and he's like, Satella, and he's like, don't you dare call me by that name.
Yeah.
That name holds such.
I think it's because so here's the thing, like Amelia like initially sort of saves Subaru like from the thugs, and then like Subaru like becomes somewhat attached to her, like just sort of like following her around, like wanting to sort of like repay the debt sort of thing. And I feel like Amelia doesn't really want, she wants to find like a almost like a gentle way that won't hurt him but will probably hurt her to sort of get like distance them. You know, it's like she obviously doesn't, you know, think anything good will come of like her interaction with anyone really. You kind of see this in the second arc as well, when you know when like Subaru asks her on the date, and like Subaru and like Amelia's like, yeah, I don't think it would go to, you know, it might be unpleasant for you, but because of me, and it's like, and I feel like that mindset is applicable like back there. That I feel like that's why she did it, sort of thing.
Could be.
Like, it's never implicitly stated, but I feel like that's I don't think there's anything that much deeper to it than that. I mean, if I'm wrong, I will be gladly surprised, but I think that's it.
That first episode though just has a lot of things that I feel like are just kinda they move on from pretty much immediately.
How so?
Well, first of all, we don't ever really get to see like a lot of Moe Elsa.
Yeah. We need more of that Moe Elsa, baby. That was a crying shame.
You know, we went from like our first inside joke was continuity Now it's Moe Elsa.
God, we haven't done continuity in months now. Continuity. Bartholomew is lacking his continuity today.
Continuity.
Continuity.
Continuity. Got any more notes, Garfield?
Yeah. So Frederica brings up the topic of the demi-human war. And like I'm assuming, like, whatever reason that the residents of the sanctuary, like a lot of them are happy there, and obviously not necessarily all of them, because some of them want to be liberated allegedly and some don't allegedly. But like the reason why people, like, in general don't seem unhappy there from what we've seen, I wonder if it's because of that demi-human war. And this place, you know, despite it being the experimental ground as well, it also serves as a sanctuary from that war.
Maybe there's a lot of well, we see in like the first episode, I guess the first arc, throughout most of the series, really, when there's some type of like the people of this world involved, just the regular people. There's always that like for example, Subaru goes into the bar and he's like, "No humans allowed."
Yeah, yeah.
So I wonder if there's some type of like racial problem with
that. Yeah.
And that
it's weird as well, because
that plays into it.
Because like Reinhard mentions in episode 2 that there's been a war, or they're in the middle of the war. I can't remember the exact saying. So I can't remember if it's ended or if they're still in it. But
maybe the war part has ended, but the effects of it are still going on.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's the same war that Reinhard was talking. I assume it is.
Could be. I think honestly.
But it just kind of surprised me when you mentioned like the furry bar or whatever, or was it a bar or changing room or something? I can't remember. But whenever he walks in on the furries, the fact that they actually had a place, you know, something for furries only sort of thing. Was
it? I think they lost the war, the demi-humans. That's what I think. I think they lost the war, and the other people won it, and now they have these places for them to go.
Maybe, yeah.
Because you see, or no. Maybe they won, and the humans are the. Oh, I think that's what it is actually. Because you have the slums, and who were in the slums? Humans. Not demi-humans.
Okay, but think back to the royal selection. So obviously the leader of Lagunica is missing. I forget if they were killed or if they just went missing one day, and that's obviously why the royal selection is happening. To obviously like find a replacement. But like all like the council members, like every one of those people like are human, like, and like the way they treat Amelia too, like those people are like in the position of power. And if they lost the war, I don't think they would be there.
I didn't think about that. Let me think about that. No, you're probably right. Yeah.
I'm a smart boy.
You're totally right. The demi-humans lost the war, and because of that, there's not fun times for the demi-humans.
Yeah, that sounds. I think that sounds about right.
Although it is quite odd, just saying, there's a lot of humans in the slums with no demi-humans around. There's not a lot of demi-humans in this series. You'd think with being demi-humans, I mean, there's like, what, 2? Garfield and Frederica?
Yeah.
And they're not really? Really? I mean, really, are they demi-humans? They look pretty human to me.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's Ricardo. He was in Anastasia's camp. He was one of like the major combatants they brought to like the whale to subjugate the white whale. He doesn't have a big presence really. He's fairly forgettable when given like the other like cast of characters that you kind of have like more focus on, like know more of their character. So I guess.
Pretty much, there is no demi-human presence in this whole series. There's very little.
You only really see it for the purposes of world building, like at the start where he walks in on the furries, or like when Subaru is like calling for Satella when he first like returns by death, and like a bunch of there's some demi-humans looking on there, and they say, "Oh, that's in very poor taste, boy," or something to that effect. So that's like the only time like we've seen demi-humans, I think.
And I don't see Amelia as a demi-human.
Technically she is, since she's found by the sanctuary. Like the laws of the world recognize her as one.
Right, but she totally. I mean, she's
the most part. She got those cute little ears, you know. She's she doesn't age, or at least doesn't age very much. I've got like one more note. Have you got anything else?
No, I don't.
I just thought it was funny when Frederica says I'm going to tell you about the Demi-Human War, but it's going to be a long story. So she goes and gets some sweets for Subaru. It's like, hey, it's going to be a long story. Come sit with Frederica. It's going to be story time, Subaru boy. I'll give you some sweets. You can sit in my lap, and I'll tell you a nice little story. It's kind of made me chuckle.
I like the touch when Subaru says like he's rarely had any of it, or he's like, I think I've had this like once before.
Yeah.
But I've never really had like an opportunity to really dive into this stuff. I thought it was a really cool little neat touch. It's not important, but
no, like if I ever did like if when they do an AVA, like I feel like one of them coming up is about like Subaru cooking, and I want them to do something on the sweets of this world and what the sweets are like, and like how common they are, where you get them from, you know, what they taste like, you know, what substances used, are they different from the real life ones, how do they differ? I've gone run out of bed. I don't know, just I like food, you know.
He should make a hamburger. That's what he should make.
Maybe.
And then all of them were like, a hamburger? What's that? And he's like, eat it. And then they eat it, and they're like, oh, hamburger.
Oh, so good. Oh, your Japanese. Your culinary skills are so good. Oh,
so
us Lagunica people, so bad.
Oh my god. So we're going to be, like, exposed by, like, that one redheaded guy who makes all those exposed videos.
Oh, well. I don't really care.
Fuck, man.
I'll take it with pride. I'm prideful of the way maybe too prideful, but
I was thinking, Garfield, we should probably try to get Pootie Pie on the show. What do you think?
Hell yeah. We could do a whole podcast just bashing Eurovision. It'd be fucking great.
I was just gonna say, like, we should get him on the podcast to talk about ReZero.
I wonder if he's even seen ReZero. Like, I know he's like, but I wonder.
Then we can just, like, the whole time just be, like, blowing him away with our knowledge on ReZero.
Hey, like, PewDiePie, want to give me a blowjob? Hey, we have a very special guest. We have a very special guest today. It's Gloria Borger. If anyone's watched PewDiePie videos, they'll get the joke.
I do not watch them PewDiePie vids, so.
Some of them are pretty funny. It's tough as well. Not tough is probably the wrong word, but like a lot of his videos work on like the preface of like jokes that have come before, sort of building on those jokes. It's kind of like hard for like new watchers to get some of the jokes he's making. Like some of them are fairly simple to get. Like I can catch on to them fairly easy, but others I'm like, huh? So I don't always watch all of his stuff for that reason, but.
Well, that was another interesting episode of the ReZero podcast.
Half of it wasn't even about ReZero.
Yeah. That's how short this chapter was. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already...
Hail the Petra.
Hail Petra.
Hail
Moe
the
Elsa.
Moe Elsa.
Yeah.
And
our president of the Moe United States, Elsa.
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew
is the president. President Bartholomew.
Make sure to subscribe, and if you've already subscribed, make sure to go down and ring that bell icon and turn on all notifications. Really helps us out. And make sure to go to Twitter, follow Garfield, and pester him to upload videos to his channel. He probably doesn't like me when I say that, but
I don't want to upload videos. That's too much of a hassle.
But you should tell him. You should be like, "We're here, bitch."
I'm fine just doing this podcast. That's enough for me.
Doubt it. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Bye!